Today we're going to be unboxing and taking a look at the brand new EasySMX S15 wireless Joy-Con. I'd like to thank the folks over at EasySMX for sending me a unit. So without further ado, let's get to the video. This is what it looks like right out of the packaging. So it's got a nice official looking box to it with a video game on the cover art. So let's open up the box and see what's inside. Immediately upon opening the box, we've got the two Joy-Cons in the little plastic cases. It also comes with a little instruction manual and some replacement analog sticks, which is actually a very cool touch. These Joy-Cons also have some RGB lighting that lights up while you're playing, which is a really cool touch, and it looks really cool at night too. Both Joy-Con controllers have a turbo button and some extra buttons in the back each. So you get 4 extra buttons total. So I wanted to get some game time in with these Joy-Cons before I did a review, obviously. And so I played some S15 Nordics and Mortal Kombat 1 with these Joy-Cons, and I gotta say that there's some good, and unfortunately there's also some bad. The good is, as you can see, when it comes to regular games like S15 Nordics, Mario Odyssey, The Witcher 3, and things like that, you really can't go wrong with these Joy-Cons, and I would say that they're better than the actual Nintendo Joy-Cons ergonomically. Unfortunately, they do not fit into the dock, so if you were thinking of charging these controllers with a dock, that's not going to happen, at least not while they're attached to the tablet. But they do come with a USB-C cable that you can use to charge them. Each Joy-Con has a USB-C port, so you can charge them individually. These controllers are a lot better ergonomically than Nintendo's own Joy-Con, which have this uncomfortable quality to them. They have a nice clickiness to the buttons, and they rest on your hand pretty nicely, at least to me. Now, I did notice with the 2 extra buttons on the back of each Joy-Con, they sit exactly where I tend to rest my fingers. So if I were to have those buttons programmed to do anything, I can see myself hitting those buttons accidentally quite a lot, and that would be very annoying. Now, the game I play the most on my Switch is Mortal Kombat 1, and just judging by the design, by the look of the controllers, they look like a pro controller, so I figured that they would be great for a game like Mortal Kombat 1, right? So I decided to try them out. And here you can see me doing some of my more complicated Liu Kang and Li Mei combos. By the way, here I noticed that NRS nerfed the hell out of Liu Kang's damage. This combo used to do 600 plus, then it got nerfed down to 570. Now it's nerfed again to 540. Or maybe it was another stealth nerf to Mavado, but either way, they nerfed him again. Anyway, you can see me doing these combos here, but what you don't see is the countless failed attempts which I cut out of the video. These are combos that with Liu Kang, I can do that combo successfully in training mode almost 100% of the time. But with these Joy-Cons, I was only able to get it like 10 or 20% of the time. I dropped this combo so many times, and the same goes for the Li Mei combos that you're seeing. There's an issue with the D-pad. Now, I love this design of the D-pad. It's pretty much the same as the Xbox Series controller. However, the problem with this one is that the D-pad buttons are set quite a bit above the contacts. So what that means is that you have to push the button down more before anything happens. And that kind of defeats the purpose of this design, at least for me. Another issue is the RZ and LZ buttons. I had issues getting my cameos to come out because I was so used to hitting the ZR button a certain way on other controllers. With these Joy-Cons, you have to make sure that you press on the back end of the controller instead of the middle of it. On the Xbox Series controller, I can do more complicated inputs very easily, which is something I can't do on this controller. Even though on the outside the design of the D-pad is basically the same. So I don't know if I can recommend this controller for fighting games, but for all other types of games, I think it's pretty decent. Apparently, these Joy-Cons also have an anti-drift Hall effect, so supposedly this means that these Joy-Cons will never get Joy-Con drift, so that remains to be seen. I've only had these for a few days now, but that's a pretty big deal, you know. Nintendo themselves still have not been able to get rid of Joy-Con drift on their Joy-Cons, and these here are around 20 bucks less than Nintendo's own Joy-Cons, and they have all the normal features and even more. Also, unlike the Zelda-styled left Joy-Con from Hori, these Joy-Cons do work with Bluetooth, so they don't have to be connected to the tablet to be able to be used. So you could, in theory, use these Joy-Cons in docked mode, but I don't know why you would. It'd be great if there was an accessory that it came with that would let you clamp them together so that you can use them like a Pro Controller. So in conclusion, I like these Joy-Cons. They will be replacing my normal Joy-Cons, but the only thing is, like I said earlier, they're not that good for fighting games because of the D-pad, which is too high up, and the ZR and ZL buttons could use a bit more give. But really, why would you play fighting games in handheld mode anyway? If you play them in handheld mode, that means you're on a Wi-Fi, and nobody likes that. So I would say if you have Joy-Con drift on your other Joy-Cons and you're looking for a replacement, you really can't go wrong with these. So check out the buy link in the description and get yourself one of these. That's gonna be it for this video. I'm Switchblade, done.